This is Nigeria in 2025, a country rich in resources and poor in result. Once hailed as giant of Africa, Nigeria now struggles with economic collapse, widespread insecurity, mass immigration, and institutional decay. This is not an overnight failure. It is a product of over a century of political miscalculation, corruption, and broken systems. In 1914, the British colonial administration merged the Northern and Southern Protectorate to form what will now be Nigeria. The goal wasn't nation building, but administrative efficiency. The result was a country made of over 250 ethnic groups, joined not by shared identity but by British policy. The artificial foundation set the stage for future division, mistrust, and political instability. When Nigeria gained independence in 1960, there was optimism, but it would not last. By 1966, a military coup destabilized the fragile republic. What followed were counter-coups, ethnic violence, and civil wars that lasted from 1967 to 1970. Over 2 million people died, many from starvation. The wound of that war remain visible today, especially in the southeast. In the 1970s, Nigeria discovered oil in commercial quantities, a potential turning point. Crude oil quickly became the country's economic backbone, contributing over 70% of export earnings. But instead of development, the oil wealth led to large-scale corruption. Public infrastructure deteriorated, agriculture was abandoned, the economy became dangerous, dependent on a single volatile resource. The period became the beginning of Nigeria resource costs. From the 1970s to the late 1990s, Nigeria was largely governed by the military. While some regimes promised reform, many ruled through fear and suppression. Censorship and economic mismanagement were widespread. In 1999, democracy returned, but meaningful change did not. Recycled politicians, weak institutions, and rigged elections made democracy feel symbolic, not substantive. In the last 2 decades, Nigeria's challenges have intensified. Armed groups such as Boko Haram and bandits have destabilized entire regions. Kidnapping, killings, and mass displacement have now been frequent. Youth unemployment remains above 30%. Inflation has devastated household incomes. Power supply is unreliable. Education is crippled by repeated university strikes. An increasing number of professionals are immigrating, especially from the healthcare sector, engineering, tech, agriculture, and otherwise, in what has now become known as the Japa wave. Nigeria has become what analysts call a fragile state, where institutions exist on paper but often fail in practice. Public trust in governance is low. Many citizens view elections as meaningless exercises. Tribal and religious sentiments often dominate national discourse. The gap between citizens and leaders continues to widen with no clear path to institutional reform. Despite this decline, part of Nigeria's youth are resisting the tide. The tech ecosystem in Lagos and Abuja has produced billions of dollar startups. The creative industry has taken Nigerian music, film, and fashion to global platforms. Civic governments like NSAS have shown that political awareness is growing, though progress remains slow. The question remains, can a young, restless generation do what previous ones could not, and rebuild the nation from the ground up? Nigeria's decline was not caused by a single leader, event, or decision. It was the result of years of systemic dysfunction allowed to foster through silence, complicity, and neglect. As the country stands at a crossroads, its future depends not only on a leadership but on a memory, and whether this moment in history becomes a turning point or another missed opportunity. This video has been a Lens 24 special report, How Nigeria Got This Bad. If this story matters to you, share it, reflect on it, and most importantly, don't forget it.